wait, I have to get Asa to join. Where is she? Hi guys. I know you're used to Asa coming on and doing this, but she's back. Hi Brad. Okay, Asa, where the fuck are you? Asa, can you request, please? This is uncomfortable. Hang on.
Hi.
Hi.
Weird, I did request you, I swear. Like
I didn't see it. There was like so many random people requesting me, but I couldn't.
Yeah, that happens. So, how are you?
I'm well. Thanks for asking. How are you?
You look beautiful. The lighting there is gorgeous.
Oh, thank you. I'm just in my living room.
So I feel like we should probably start off by letting people know that I'm about to go on maternity leave soon because I'm huge. I'm like so under this. I'm like so fucking pregnant.
How many months pregnant are you now?
I'm 8 months.
Which is like, I feel like 80 months.
Yeah, and I'm at the point where like if I went into labor right now, like things would be okay.
Oh, like the baby would survive, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, well, that's good.
I mean, I guess knock on wood.
Right. I mean.
Yeah. You know. Also, like I told you I hurt my tailbone, right? So I'm gonna be like shifting around a lot. So basically that all of that is to say that Aria is gonna be taking over 7 Minutes in Heaven for a while, starting like what, next week or next.
Yeah, I feel like probably in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, that was like literally an arbitrary number I just threw out. I have no idea.
Yeah, I mean, like same.
Yeah.
But we thought it would be like a cool idea to kick it off by me interviewing Aria and giving her our typical 14 questions. So are you ready?
I'm like weirdly nervous. I feel like I should have applied more deodorant for this.
You know what's weird? My armpits always sweat during lives. And I'm not like a big sweater, but
no, you're not.
I think it's the ring light for me.
I don't even have a ring light on. I'm just sweating, but I'm also sitting in front of a window, and like maybe that's it. But I don't think that's it. I think I'm just sweating.
I don't know. Something about being like filmed or on camera makes my armpits sweat, and it's not nerves for me because I'm not nervous.
But did that happen in on set, like when you would do?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like if I did porn, I would be like a slippery eel.
But that's hot.
No, like I don't think like a hot slippery eel. I feel like one of those that like they just like slip out of your hands and then just slide around the room, you know what I mean? And no one wants to go near it because they don't know what's happening. But it's not like a sexy seal. It's like I think bad seal.
Oh.
Not good.
All right, so are you ready to answer these questions?
No.
I know you wanted to be surprised.
Yeah, I don't want to know what the questions are because honestly, I feel like I'm so much better if I don't think about things.
I think that like kind of applies to you in general.
Oh really?
Oh really?
Is that a fact?
Okay, question number 1. What is one positive thing that's happened for you since we've been in this global pandemic / quarantine situation?
I guess I would have to say like so to get rid of my anxiety, I watch a lot of like YouTube just to like have like mindless chatter in the background, and I ended up getting into this like deep hole of makeup tutorials, and I feel like that's what has saved me, not my wallet, because I literally buy something new every single day that I absolutely don't need or have room for, but I feel like that's what has saved me throughout quarantine. Like just learning how to work with my face and like.
You've gotten really good at makeup.
I
But you know what? I don't even think like, okay, fine during quarantine, whatever, but I feel like that happened for you like in the last 60 days.
Yeah, I feel like that too. Like the thing is also, by the way, I'm not good at it. Like I have to preface this with, I'm not good at it, but like I understand now the art of it and like what you're supposed to do. It's just every time I've attempted to do anything like contour and like fox eyes and like all of that, I try to do it and then like I end up looking like maybe like a baby at a beauty pageant, like, or like an animal that you don't want to emulate, you know?
You're also someone that I feel like whenever we shoot or anything, like you always get your makeup done, and that's not an option right now.
Yeah, I always get my makeup done, and I feel like I always look like a little bit crazy. You know? Like, I feel, so I judge everything based on, like, if a makeup artist is excited to do my face, I know that they are a bad makeup artist because, like, there's so much happening here. I have huge eyes, huge cheeks, huge lips, like freckles. Like I literally look like Japanese anime that like I feel like if you're excited to do my face, it's because you're gonna make me look batshit crazy, you know? You know what I mean?
Well,
whereas you, every time I'm like, oh, this is a good makeup artist, you're like, no. Unless they're like super heavy handed and make me look like a different person.
We like very different styles.
But totally, because I look crazy if I wear too much makeup. I look crazy.
Natural, and I like to look ridiculous.
But that's what suits you. Like looking ridiculous with crazy eyelash extensions, you look fucking hot.
Like
I look like I'm gonna mug somebody. Yeah.
Well, you know. Okay, next question. What is your ultimate romantic fantasy? Wait, can I guess?
Sure.
I think your ultimate idea of romance is someone that maybe you can be like really comfortable with and like binge on like pizza and black and white cookies with.
Okay, well, that's you.
Okay,
you're my ultimate romantic fantasy.
Okay, fine, that's us. That's us.
100%. So
like,
okay, so for me, it's like it literally that's for like verbatim, but I feel like my ultimate romantic fantasy is either to be 100% left alone by a partner. You know, like just don't talk to me, but you can live here, but don't talk to me.
Okay.
Or no, that's it. That's the ultimate romantic.
Is the idea that, but do they have to be in the house?
No, in a perfect world, I'm alone forever.
So in your perfect romantic fantasy, like there's no one else there.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And then you just show up periodically, like every Tuesday, with a pizza and some black and white cookies from Veselka. Bam, baby.
So I was right.
Yeah.
I was.
Yeah, but but I don't want to have sex with you. No offense.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like, okay. I feel like I could provide you with that.
I feel like that too. We just have to get Sean on board.
Yeah.
And I feel like he would be.
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
He already sort of shares you with me.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
What has been your most useful recent purchase that was like cheap? I've been saying under $40, but like whatever, like just something that's not a lot of money, but maybe you use every day that maybe like other people don't know about.
Again, this is like anxiety related because that's just all I am. Is just a giant molecule of anxiety. But I bought this thing on Amazon called a Buddha board. Do you know what that is?
No.
Okay, so it's like I want to say like a canvas, and it comes with a paintbrush, and you wet the paintbrush, and then you just do like soft strokes on the canvas, and it's kind of like painting, but it's not painting because you're not painting anything. But and the water marks dry eventually, but it's like the most serene, like calming thing I've ever done.
Does the
you know me, I'm not like an artistic person.
Does the paper react to the water and like colors show up?
No. So I mean, it reacts to the water in the sense that the water shows up, but it's not in color. but it's just really relaxing, I'm telling you.
It really sounds to me like you got scammed into buying a paintbrush and paper. I mean,
Okay, first of all, that's so rude to
prove me wrong.
because it's called a Buddha board. Do you want me to get it?
I mean, no, it's okay. Let's just post a picture of it later.
Okay.
Because I'm pretty sure.
Swipe that for your Buddha board, code Aria.
It's literally just a sheet of paper.
No, I swear it's a thing. It's a thing, and it's like from Buddhists who are like, this is calming. Honestly, just take shrooms.
Okay, I'll believe it when I see it.
I think you would like it.
I don't. Okay. What is the current piece of media that could be a book, movie, TV show, podcast, whatever, that you would recommend to people since we're spending so much time at home these days?
I pre-ordered it and I got it, I think, in October, but I guess it's been quarantined the entire year. But I got the Jerry Seinfeld book of all of his skits that he's ever written, or I think like the majority of his skits that he's ever written, all throughout like the 70s, 80s, 90s, and then early 2000s. So like you see the evolution into Seinfeld, and it's been like, it's so good because you can see how his comedy, his style has sort of like changed a little bit and his jokes shifted, and it's just super interesting to watch as somebody who obviously like appreciates comedy and loves things like that and loves Seinfeld and that type of humor. Like it's just such a good book, and it's like so easy, you know, it's just skits. All it is just tiny paragraphs of what he's written, and you hear it in his voice, you know, that like neurotic voice, and you just like, even if you read 3 pages, you feel fulfilled.
What's it called? Just the Jerry Seinfeld book. I have another one to add on to that, and I also don't know the title. I just call it the Judd Apatow book.
Yeah.
Like a very similar thing, but it's like him talking to comedians, and it's just about comedy. And like,
yeah. Well, that's like a little like comedians in cars getting coffee or whatever.
Exactly. Yeah.
But this, I can check afterwards, and then I can.
Do you? But like, okay, I love Seinfeld. Love Seinfeld. Love Larry David. I love like the show, everything. But like, I don't find Jerry Seinfeld's stand-up to be that hilarious.
So, this is what a lot of people say.
Okay.
It's not that I don't agree. It's that, first of all, there's like a huge sense of nostalgia when it comes to Jerry Seinfeld for me. I feel like he raised me.
Yes.
And the other thing is weirdly enough, I know I'm Pornhub Aria, but weirdly enough, I really like clean comedy. Like, I find sometimes dirty comedy can just be cheap, you know? Like, you just took the easy way out. And with Jerry, it's like, yes, it's everyday stuff about nothing, but it's like, it's so interesting to have seen how you evolved from one idea to another and made it funny, and you're like, wow, that's fucking funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I imagine it is really, really hard to do clean comedy.
Yeah, if you're not taking cheap shots, like that's what I feel like majority of comedy is, which I also appreciate, don't get me wrong.
Of course.
But I just feel like with Jerry, it's just like, it's much harder, I find, to do that.
You know what's interesting is like, I heard this podcast. I feel like so many of my conversations like start like this, but I'm like, I heard this podcast episode. I don't remember what the podcast was, or
yeah, we're basically useless idiots.
We're basically useless idiots.
Yeah.
Like they were talking. Oh, you know what? I think it was that one about grammar. I forget the name. Anyway, so they were talking about how like Seinfeld is obviously like a hit show in the United States. It's syndicated on like multiple channels. It's so incredibly successful. Like these people are like completely rich off of just that show alone.
Yeah.
And they've tried to market the show all around the world, and it only works in the United States. And they've tried like repackaging it, or like they've tried like changing the subtitles, or like marketing it a different way. And for some reason, it just doesn't work anywhere in the world except for the US, and they can't figure out why. And the podcast didn't even like come to a conclusion. Like, you know, they suggested like, oh, maybe it's too specific to like Jewish American because it doesn't work in life.
But I don't think it's even about. I don't think it's even necessarily like a Jewish level of comedy.
No, they actually like.
I think, you know what I think it is? I mean, I'm not breaking like the wheel here, or whatever it is, but I feel like it's Curb Your Enthusiasm and Seinfeld. Well, Seinfeld is like diet Curb Your Enthusiasm, right?
Right.
I think that with Seinfeld, or just these things in general, Americans are like typically like neuroses way of life, you know, everything's super fast paced. You go anywhere else in the world, everything's really chill. Like I think in Switzerland, they don't even like bring you food at a restaurant on Sundays. You just like sit there and pray. You know? So I think like it relates the most to us as North Americans because we're constantly like
the neuroses.
Yeah, we're constantly moving quickly and panicking and it's just part of our culture and I guess humor.
Totally.
But I do feel like New Yorkers can most relate to that type of humor, which is
works, but it works just as well in like California or the Midwest or the South. It's specific to New York. Like the number one complaint they got from the other countries is like, I don't get it. The show is like, it's not about anything, which is the point.
That's literally, it's the show about nothing.
Point, but I guess it just doesn't work. You know.
Well, whatever. I mean, I honestly, like, I've tried to give British humor a shot because everyone's like, oh, you would love British humor, blah, blah, blah. And I watch it and I'm like, not that I don't get it. I get it. I just don't think it's as funny. I like a good, you know?
A good American humor.
Yeah. Good old-fashioned Ford, you know?
I feel that way about a lot of British comedy as well. I love Ab Fab. I love like...
Okay, well, Ab Fab is like a different...
Ab Fab is, yeah, a totally different thing. It's amazing. Okay, anyway, we digress.
Yes.
What is the perfect... I feel like I know what you're going to say. What is the perfect amount of time to have sex?
0. Okay. So if it's not 0 and you're like, okay, this is happening.
1.
Oh, yeah, half a second. No. I would say honestly, like 8 minutes.
Okay.
8 minutes is good because 8 minutes you have time to get into it and you have time to exit. You know, like
time for like a beginning, middle, and an end.
Yes, there's a season arc. You know, you've got everything going for you, and then you're done. Anything past like 8 minutes, you're kind of like, you know, like I have shit to do. I'm gonna fold some laundry soon. Maybe we'll order dinner. Like, what's happening? You know.
But also, less than 8 minutes is like, what did I do that for?
Yeah. Well, for me, it's like I feel like it's the perfect amount of time to get your shit together, enjoy it, and move on. Yeah. 8 minutes. Okay. 8 minutes. Yeah. I had to think about that for a second.
8 minutes is like respectable, I think.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm glad I made you proud. I still stick with the original answer though.
Yeah, 0.
No face, girl. Fold some laundry soon.
I think it's so hilarious and ironic because I think like people must think you're like the horniest person on earth considering your Pornhub Aria, and then it's like
I think that's what makes me like good as the brand ambassador for Pornhub is that like this does not faze me, you know? I don't care.
You're fine with it.
I don't care how big your penis is. Not it.
Don't care. Yeah. What did you want to be when you were a kid?
Okay, are you ready for the answer?
Yeah.
Okay, it's 2 things.
And
to this day, I still feel like I would do that if I wasn't in this role.
Is it related to animals?
No.
Oh.
No, it's so not related to animals. Okay, so one of them is earwax removal specialist.
Oh, same. Wait, hold on. did you know that Asian people have different earwax than white people?
No way.
Okay, so like my earwax is like, so if you're Asian, it's like dry and flaky.
But that sucks. You got
No,
ripped off.
well,
No,
and
you got ripped off.
oh,
You want, have you ever seen on YouTube the earwax removal?
of
Uh,
course.
yeah, so
Of-
they have this like tool and
yeah,
they pull it out and it's just this chunk of like
I have it.
disgusting wax.
So I have that tool. I bought it.
You're so rich.
It was like $20, but like
It doesn't matter. That's wealth.
it has a camera on the end and you can see inside like on your phone as you're digging in. It's amazing. Well,
You have to send me that link.
thing.
What?
It in theory it's amazing, but it's never been amazing. Do you know what I mean?
Like you've never gotten anything out where you're like, I'm gonna document this.
Not really. And like so like Asian people earwax is like we usually use something more similar to that tool. It's like a spoon.
Okay, I need to see the link.
And whereas like white people have more like gooey or liquidy earwax, so the Q-tip.
Right. So I am not interested in the Q-tip way of life. I want to go in there. I want to dig for gold, and I expect to pull out like a huge, gorgeous chunk of earwax. I'd love that.
That's I know exactly what you mean.
If it's just a Q-tip with like a little bit on it, it's like that was like so anticlimactic. It's like, why even bother? I'd rather it just like sit there and fester until it turns into something.
Okay, what's the other one? If you couldn't be that.
This one's even sadder than that one. I would have been a vegetable peeler. I love to peel vegetables.
What?
I don't care who knows it. I'll shout it from the damn rooftops.
We are a perfect match. We
What
are
do you hate?
a perfect match. I hate peeling vegetables.
Like with the peeler?
There's nothing.
I find it so soothing.
I hate
Give
it.
me a carrot, give me a cucumber, give me a potato, any kind. I don't care. I'm not going to discriminate. Like, I just like to just peel.
I'm always afraid of like slice my finger off.
I mean, you'd have to be pretty inept to do that.
I've done it so many times.
You sliced it with like that thing that's like a little
Yeah.
tool and it's got the little, and it's just like a little T.
Yes, like an actual knife on it. Yeah, it has like a blade. That thing, right?
Yeah, but like it's not super. It's not like a butcher's knife.
I've not only have I sliced my finger, I've sliced my nails. Like it's
Nails, I understand. Finger, I don't.
okay. Well, anyway, I've seen the things you bake, and it's horrendous. So
Okay. That said, like I didn't say I was going to be a chef. I just said that I would be in the kitchen
Right.
with someone peeling their vegetables for them and hopefully making like 70 grand a year.
right.
Yeah. I'm not asking for much here.
That's the dream. So if anyone out there is hiring a vegetable,
Yeah, if you need someone to A, remove your earwax, or B, peel your vegetables for you, but just vegetables and not do anything else, just peel them, you call me, but I am not coming for less than 70 grand.
yeah. Don't waste our time.
I'll paste my number at the bottom of this live at the end if you have to do it for me.
What is the weirdest sex tip you've ever gotten?
Ooh. Oh wait, I do know this answer. Okay, so it's not really like a tip. It's more like someone told me not to do this.
Okay.
I had a conversation with Phoenix Marie probably like 4 years ago or 5 years ago at ABN. And I think I was doing like an interview with her and I was like, what's the weirdest thing you've ever done in the industry? And she said, I don't know that it was necessarily so much that it was weird. She's like, I put toothpaste up my butt. And she's like, I'll never do that again. That's like a hard line for me.
Was that like the fetish?
I can't remember the like intricate details of the conversation because I was so confused as to why someone needed to put toothpaste in their butthole.
Actually, I actually think that sounds amazing.
Well, I don't know. don't know that it's amazing. I feel like it was like an attempt to try to be clean, you know, like oral hygiene.
No, she wasn't doing it for hygiene. Are you? Oh my God, no, no.
I mean, I don't know. I only play one on TV, but I haven't actually done any of these things that we're talking about. So like, I don't know what the prep is. I know that Bella Danger drinks like gallons of this water that she swears by to squirt. So I'm like, oh, okay. So just toothpaste in the anus is something else that we should pay attention to.
I don't think it was for hygiene.
I can't speak to it. We should ask her.
You're right. You're right. I don't want to speak for her.
You don't know. Why don't you try? Although you're heavily pregnant, so I wouldn't suggest trying it. But I feel like once you're done having a baby, I feel like you should try it and let me know. Anyways, all to say, the tip that she had said to me was never put toothpaste in your anus.
You know why I think I would like it? Is like after anal sex, there's this cream that I love to use, and it's like, it's kind of minty. It's like a balm. And it's
why do you have to put cream on your butt after you've had it?
Because, you know, like sometimes, well, let me tell you, Pornhub Aria, sometimes after anal sex, your asshole's kind of sore. And when you put like this minty balm on it.
Like after like vaginal sex, like the same soreness?
It's a different soreness. It's a different soreness. Because vaginal soreness feels more like, it's a little bit more inside, I feel, and it's more like, ow, it burns, right?
I'm trying to remember.
Well, let me tell you.
Let's see, in 1997.
It's more of like a burns when I pee UTI, like.
Right.
It feels more like it's on your skin. Whereas when your butthole is sore, it feels more, to me, it feels more like the muscles hurt.
Okay.
You know? So like minty balm on it, like feels really
like a bit like a tiger balm. Like, oh, I have a headache. Like, yes. Okay. Okay. So you know what? Maybe she was onto something and she just, you know what? Let's ask here, No Face Girl. Is on here. We're not going to recommend it to you because you're heavily pregnant. I don't know what it does. Can you put toothpaste in your anus next time you have sex? You know,
no.
And let us know what it is.
Oh, no.
What's the big deal?
No Face Girl is the wrong girl to ask to do that because her asshole is pristine and I would never want to compromise that. She has literally the most perfect asshole I've ever seen. It's the same color as her ass cheeks. It's like insane. It's so nice. It's so nice.
I'm flipping through my Rolodex of assholes right now.
I'll send you a screenshot of No Face Girl's asshole.
I think I remember it. Yeah, she's next level.
It's the same color as her ass cheeks. Like it's okay. Anyway, next question.
Okay.
So people out there, don't put toothpaste in your asshole unless
or do and let us know. But we are not liable.
No. Yeah.
I don't need to, you know.
Our comments and opinions do not reflect
the brand of Pornhub.
The brand that we're literally brand ambassadors for. And we're like on their account right now.
But you can follow me.
Yeah. Okay, next question. What's something about you that people would be shocked to know, aside from the fact that you can't even remember the last time you had sex?
Okay, well, there's that. Okay, what would they be shocked to know? I don't know. I've lived such a crazy life and I'm so boring. So like
your whole being to me is very shocking. I think like
because I'm two people. First of all, I'm a Gemini, so that makes sense. But I'm two people. It's like I am so boring and you cannot get me out of my house, like for shit. Like literally the house could be on fire. I'd be like, well, I'm in my PJs at this point, you know, if I'm gonna burn down, it's what God wanted, you know?
But you're definitely afraid of turbulence in airplanes that you're not even on.
Yeah, terrified. so I had a whole, as you remember, I had a whole turbulence report on Pornhub, and a certain someone, he who shall remain nameless, nixed it. And he's like, it's not good branding. But I was like, are you joking? Anyways, you know who ended up thanking me? Lana Rhodes, because she took a flight to Chicago, and I had warned everybody that it was going to be very bumpy, and she was very nervous. And then I told her in advance through my turbulence report, and she was very appreciative.
I mean, so you helped one person.
But it's the biggest person of all the people.
It's literally the #1 porn star in the world.
Yeah, so tell
huh.
me who the hero is in this story.
Yeah, that's vindication right there.
But so I'm like terrified and like won't leave my house, and I'm a giant baby. But then at the same time, like I'm like I have the craziest stories ever. But I guess like that's a job hazard. Professional hazard is that I have the craziest stories ever.
You're definitely
Kanye West fell asleep on my shoulder. Like, who can say that?
I mean, I've been friends with you for a while now, and I feel like I'm still constantly like, what? When you talk to me.
Yeah. Well, that's it. There's like two separate people in one human body, and no one knows who they're getting at any which point. You know, you could have like wild Aria, or you could have like the Aria that literally does not want to know you exist.
Yeah.
You know, and when I say I don't want to know that you exist, I'm talking even to myself. I don't want to know that I exist. You know?
That's deep.
Thank you.
That's deep. Next question. If you could wake up tomorrow morning, I already know your answer. Okay, let's pretend for a second that you don't want nobody waking up to you next to you tomorrow morning. But if you could wake up tomorrow morning next to anyone in the world, who would it be? This is a question. You better say me.
Okay, well, you, because I haven't seen you in like a year, and it's not.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay, wait, are we talking of the sexual variety or not?
We're talking of the sexual variety. Like, don't say like your grandma or something.
I don't want to wake up next to my grandma.
Well,
in any capacity. Okay. So if we're talking of the sexual type,
I think I know who it would be. Can I guess?
wait, tell me. Yeah.
I think it would be Adriana Chechik.
Okay, so Adriana and I have a love affair going. We're in love with each other, and we have a lot of sexual chemistry.
I don't think you could handle Adriana Chechik.
I think that I can, though, because I think she knows me well enough now that, like, she would start slow and then let me get into it. You know what I mean? Like, she would treat me like the baby that I need to be treated like.
I mean, sure, like, we all have our fantasies, but, like, Adriana Chechik is, like, she does triple anal. Can you handle that?
I love it. I love it. I think she is just the hottest thing on the planet. Like, and she knows that. Sometimes I'll just, like, text her, like, what up? You know? Like, I flirt with her, and she flirts back, and then I get, like, tingles in my nipples. But that said, so if it's not Adriana, it would be a 90s Michael Jordan.
Oh, I knew.
I'm not interested in Michael Jordan present day, but I love Michael Jordan from the 90s. Like, to me, he is the hottest thing ever.
Yeah, I remember you saying that. I don't feel that way.
I have, like, first of all, like, just in general, his, like, ability to play basketball is, like, so sexy to me. And then just his general vibe, and, like, I find him super handsome, but I'm just, like, I'm talking specifically 90s.
Yes, I understand.
Yeah.
Like, in a Chicago Bulls jersey.
Mm.
No? Oh, I don't find, like, athletic talent attractive at all. Like, I'm not turned off by it, but it does, like, nothing for me.
So it doesn't do anything for me, but Michael Jordan is, like, the athlete.
Is it because he's the best?
Yeah. And he has, like, no bullshit. Like he's there to win, and he's gonna win, and he's not gonna like take any like he's just gonna like fuck you up, and he doesn't care, and I find that very attractive.
Yeah.
He would do that to me in the bedroom.
If I could fuck any athlete, do you know who Jeremy Lin is?
No. I don't actually know any athletes other than Michael Jordan.
He's supposedly a virgin. So I would love to like just like
see that's the opposite of Michael Jordan to me. It's like I have no interest in having sex with a virgin. Like
me too, usually. But like he's so outspoken about being like religious and like I don't know. It comes out the other end for me. I'm like, oh my God.
Like it's so
life.
Almost taboo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
I feel
right, yeah, because you're taking his virginity and he doesn't want it, but he wants it, you know?
Like
he's gonna repent after and take a shower.
I would like change the whole trajectory of his life by sucking his dick. You know what I mean?
Exactly, yeah. Now, if I wanted to wake up next to somebody that wasn't sexual.
Okay.
I have like this very deep-rooted fantasy of sharing a home with the Swedish chef from the Muppets.
Oh, okay.
Because he doesn't speak English, so it's not like you have to have conversations.
He's a chef.
He's a chef. And I'm pretty sure he makes delicious pancakes. So like, why not? You know, he's just throwing shit around with a spatula and his chapeau, his hat, for people who don't speak French.
So like in a very non-sexual way.
Yeah, so I have my preferences. I have the Swedish chef for if it's not sexual. I have Michael Jordan from the 90s if it is sexual. I have Adriana Chechik, which would be like in real life, to be honest. Like that. Yeah. And then I have you, who shows up as my best friend.
It's crazy that the most likely one is Adriana Chechik.
It's not even the most likely one. Like that's the one that is going to happen. And like the rest, it's like unless you have a time machine, and I'm his type, which I seriously doubt. Then yeah.
I wonder what his type is. What do you think his penis looks like?
I feel like it's enormous.
I feel like it's normal.
You do?
Yeah.
Why do you feel like that?
I just like get this vibe.
That it's just normal?
Yeah.
I guess I feel like I don't think anyone's penis is that big because of who, you know, I've seen in terms of large peniles.
Penile members.
You know? So I feel like anyone compared to that is like, I'm not impressed. I'm just not impressed. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Unless your penis is the size of my like full leg.
Yeah.
I'm not fazed by it. That said, I don't think that that's what you like need to have. In fact, I'm the opposite. Like, I'm not saying I would like a micro peen, but like a normal size penis, I think is your best bet.
I've seen a lot of really big penises, and I'm still really easy to impress.
But I feel like maybe that's your acting skills from being in the industry for so long. Like oh my goodness, and like shake a little, you know.
Thank you for saying that, but like I thank you so much for saying that, and that just proves to me that you've like never watched me in a porno because.
So any time that I've ever been on Pornhub and I see you come on, I literally freeze up. I feel like I have someone else like turn off the computer screen and I'm like refresh, you know. I just can't. It's like, and I've seen you naked a million times, but it's like in a friend way, like, oh, pass me this top, you know, like, yeah, or I have to pee, you know, but like, it's not like I do not want to watch you have sex.
We have like the most non-sexual relationship.
Like we could not be more unsexual with each other. Like if do you remember we did an event once and somebody asked us to kiss and I literally looked at him and I was like, excuse me? We're literally related. Like we could not like, you know, like, and not in a cute way. Like
no, I will say, like, I do feel bad for like the people in my life because I know I've ruined porn for them in a lot of ways. Yeah. Not so much now. I think it's a little bit less now, but like there was definitely a time when like I feel like every time like you logged onto Pornhub, like I would pop up on the side or like somewhere. Or
Well, that's it. Like you are all over the site, or somebody like I'm also very close to like Riley Reid. So if I see her porn pop up, I'm like, I feel weirdly less anxious when I see her porn because like I feel like I saw her porn before I was friends with her, so it's weird. But like with you, I had been friends with you for so long.
Also, you know what I also think that is? Because I kind of weirdly agree with you, or like I can see where you're coming from, because Riley is very sexual. Like even just in her like real personality is like very, like she's just like she's like someone who like drinks a cup of water and it feels a little sexual.
Yeah, so I tried to explain this to somebody once. The energy that Riley Reid emits in just a normal everyday like brunch setting is so intense. Like I would consider myself a fairly straight person. Like I'm genuinely attracted to her, not even just because she's super beautiful, but not even just because of how she looks, but she just has this energy to her that I've never actually experienced with anybody but her. She's just like intoxicating. She has the best vibe. She's such a wonderful, warm, amazing person. And I totally agree with you when you say like a sexualness to her that just like is exuded in everything that she does, but it doesn't even come off like robotic or porny in that sense.
Not at all.
You know?
Very like natural and ingrained in
it's just sort of like this is my essence, like,
yeah,
you know,
totally. Whereas me, I feel like once you know me, you're like, oh my god, I totally forgot you're in porn.
Okay, so so my mom obviously knows you,
yeah,
and my mom will be like, sometimes she'll ask me like, is it ever weird for you that like you have like a best friend who at one point was like a really famous porn star, if not still, but I mean, you don't shoot anymore, but you know, and I'm like, I can't even express to you how not of a porn star she is. Like, it's the last thing on the list that I would like use to describe her.
yeah.
Oh, and by the way, she does porn.
Yeah.
But like, it would be literally number 10 on the list of things that I would use to describe you. It would be like an add-in, you know, like, oh wait, also, did I mention this?
Right.
You know, you may have seen her, you might recognize her, don't be freaked out, you know, whatever. She's like, you know.
It's so true though.
Like sometimes we'll walk down the streets of New York together and you always get stopped. And I'm like, oh, right. Like, you're super famous. You.
Okay, next question. I always get distracted with you. How do you cheer yourself up when you're down?
Oof.
Or maybe,
or what?
or maybe you don't.
I guess I binge eat, but that usually makes things worse.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really get down that much. Like, I don't really get depressed.
No.
That much. Or if I do, it's like, it's the type of thing like, okay, I just need to go to sleep and wake up and tomorrow's a new day and then I'm fine. You know what I mean? Like, I'll be down for like 2 hours and I'll just like embrace it and then move on. I don't really like linger with those types of feelings. Anxiety, on the other hand, that puppy stays with me.
Yeah. But with you and me, I feel like I'm depression and you're anxiety.
Yeah, and together, somehow we still function.
We're like Captain Planet.
Yeah.
With our powers combined,
we are one full human, barely functioning in society.
Okay, and this is the final question. If you could have any question or mystery in the universe answered right here, right now, what would you ask?
Okay, so this is for Sean for sure. I want to know what the fuck is out there. Like, what's happening? How big is the universe? I know it's ever expanding, blah, blah, blah. I know this could put you to sleep in 2 minutes.
Literally.
But I need to know, like, what's going on, you know? And where is the next life? Like, I'm sure Sean told you about this and you tuned him out, but there's there was a guy in Hawaii who spotted through his telescope an unidentified flying object that 100% was not Earth done. Like it was the, like, I think it was cigar shaped or flat. Like they don't even know. And like, it's like common knowledge now, it's understood that this was not from Earth. So I don't know that anybody was on it. They just grazed sort of Earth, like they just passed by. So I don't know if it was from, you know, our nuclear blasts over the years that signaled to them kind of like fireworks, like, hey, we're here, there's life here, come see us. Or, I mean, I don't know. I obviously have no idea. I have a lot of speculation, but like, I just want to know if we've been visited, if we're going to be visited, are we going to be colonized? Are we going to be washing in toilets?
Do you think we've been visited?
Yes, I think we've been visited, but I don't know if we've been visited necessarily by like actual like figure aliens, like of a body variety, or so much like their technology.
You know what?
Who knows how far away they are? You know what I mean? They could have started when the dinosaurs were around. They could be getting closer. You have no idea. I mean, we're dealing with all sorts of shit here. We're dealing with a pandemic. We're, you know,
there's a lot. You know, a lot of shit going on when, like, literally they're seeing UFOs in the sky, and that's, like, the fifth thing. And
it's, like, not even a big deal. Like, Anderson Cooper's not on CNN being like, everyone, you know what I mean? Get in your bunker. That's not happening. That's not today. So,
between you and Sean, like, I, like, hear about this shit, like, way more than I want to. But you know what made me the other day? He made me... Actually, it was a few months ago, but he watched this documentary and he had us like go on the roof and like meditate and like basically like try to contact. I can't believe I'm saying this publicly. Never mind. Forget it. Abort.
Listen, when I know you guys are vaccinated already, I'm waiting for my gorgeous shot, but when I do get vaccinated, I am coming to Philly, I'm kicking you out of the house, and I'm moving in with Sean, and him and I will spend countless hours just discussing the universe. And you can go out. You can do whatever you want. I'm not going to touch your husband. You don't have to worry. Not that he would want to anyways. But, you know, like, and I just need to know. I need to have, like, a very deep conversation with him about what he actually believes.
Yeah. I mean, I wish this on both of you because...
Yeah, I just think it would be too long of a conversation. Like, you'd have to leave.
Yeah.
You'd fall asleep. You'd probably get pregnant and have the baby by then.
I fall asleep all the time, like, during these conversations. Like, my eyes just, like, blaze. The second someone says the word universe,
you're just, like,
blaze over it, like, thinking my own thoughts.
Yeah. You're like, what do I have to do later?
Yeah.
Should I take a shower? Do I smell?
All right. Well, that was the last question. So, I guess, I mean, do whatever you want. Like, you can change the questions or whatever.
No, I actually think these were excellent questions.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Change them a few times.
I need to see who you've had, though.
Yeah.
Guests.
It's all on IGTV. So, you guys can all look forward to watching Aria interview people, and then I think you're doing some of your own stuff.
Yeah.
I'm so sad to be like leaving.
I'm sad that you're leaving too, because I feel like as a duo, we're so good together.
Yeah.
But good thing about maternity leave in America is it's not very long.
Yay!
So you're going to be forced back to work any day now.
I think I'm going to stick around for a couple more weeks anyway, because, like, honestly, like, doing nothing is too depressing for me. So
yeah, I have to say doing nothing is kind of hard.
It's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
My armpits are sweating like crazy. It's so
Dude,
hard.
I'm soaking wet. I'm also wearing a bra, which I never do. Bad call on my part.
I'm not. Like, I don't wear bras anymore. And
I mean, I never wear bras, but I was like, okay, I'm, you know,
yeah.
people looking. I should probably try a little.
All right. Well, okay, I'm gonna exit out of here. I think on my end. No, I think you have to X me out. No.
I don't know what I'm gonna do here. I'm just gonna
I'm gonna X myself out. Okay. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, it's me.